Hello traders, welcome to our educational videos brought to you through FXCL Markets, FXCL Excellence in Trading. And good day to you all. Please allow me to introduce myself to you. My name is William K. Gilday, and I'll be your moderator through the video series. I'm a Forex trader, and I've been a Forex trader since 2006, going full-time in 2008 after I retired from fire rescue in the United States and currently living in Pattaya, Thailand. Coming to you live from the sunny beaches. Okay, let's get some of the legal stuff out of the way. Traders, this is our risk disclaimer. If you could take a note of that and understand that there is risk in any time you trade the Forex market. Traders, today is Friday, April 4th, 2014, and I'd like to welcome you to our Market Open Preview. We bring this to you every day through FXCL Excellence in Trading. And good day to you all. We're going to go over some fundamentals today and look at some charts and get ready for the big non-farm payrolls, which comes out in the New York session, which is the biggest news event of the month. So let's move ahead and let's take a look at some fundamentals. Okay, today's fundamentals update. An hour before the New York Open, we do have the CAD with unemployment change. Then the big news comes out with the U.S.'s non-farm payrolls and unemployment rate. Today in the London session, very, very slow news day today. So we're not expecting a lot of catalysts throughout the London session. And I wouldn't expect much movement in the London session, as that is very, very typical on NFP Friday. If we see anything, we'll see it usually within the first 3 hours of the open. We'll see some movement in London, and then by London lunch, the markets will go flat until the data comes out. So let's just talk about some commodities real quickly. Gold is up 0.22%. Silver is up 0.19%. Crude oil is up 0.16%. And my favorite commodity to watch is U.S. coffee. It is up 1.43%. Great stuff. All right, let's take a look at the S&P 500. S&P 500 did not break this week's high, which would have been a record high, and it is up currently at 0.17%. NASDAQ is up 0.2%. Dow is down 0.01% coming into the London Open. The DAX is down 0.06%. The FTSE is down 0.15%, and the Nikkei, and their trading day is getting ready to wrap up, is at 0.10%. The dollar index is up at very, very slightly at 0.003% on the dollar index. All right, traders. So one of the things we want to talk about real quickly is that we had data come out yesterday, and it was mixed. It was mixed data. And then we had ECB President Draghi speaking. However, our data out of the United States wasn't as good as they were expecting. They were expecting some good initial jobless claims. It came out lower than expected at 326 versus 317. And services PMI came out at 55.3. They were expecting 55.5. And jobless claims on a 4-week average came out within expectations. ISM non-manufacturing, which was the big number of the day, came out poor at 53.1 versus 53.5. Sort of a very, very little movement on that number coming out. And the markets really didn't react poorly to that. In fact, we saw dollar strength. The reason we saw dollar strength was ECB President Draghi spoke and was very dovish. Basically said that the inflation situation was not a good thing and it was lagging along. IMF Chief Lagarde spoke about inflation and compared it to lowflation, and she was saying that as inflation is slowed down to a snail's pace, that's not a quote, she said it is lowflation and it's worse than inflation. Very interesting comments from IMF Chief Lagarde today. That has just added to our dollar strength scenario, which we talked about on Tuesday in great detail, and the dollar strength continues. That can all take a turn depending on non-farm payrolls data today. And Non-farm today, they're expecting 195. So if we get a number of 200, 210, 215, that'll be a really strong number for the United States, and we should see some dollar strength. If we get within expectations, or say 170 or 160, that'll be a horrible number, and that could derail the dollar strength, and we would expect the dollar to lose strength with that news announcement. So they're expecting 195, and previous last month was 162. All right, let's move on and let's get to the charts. Okay, traders, let's get to the charts, and these are our standard charts that we look at every day. And we'll do a quick overview of what's going on, and let's take a look at this dollar strength situation and see if we have some sustainability throughout our Friday, NFP Friday, the big one. So let's take a look at the pound dollar first, and let's jump over to the daily chart. And let me make this chart bigger so you can all see that. Okay, so here's our pound dollar chart, and we've been in an uptrend for quite some days here. And then starting Tuesday, we started on the downswing, which we talked about, and I said we were going to start to see dollar strength. And exactly that is what has happened. If you look at this technically, this to me looks like this is just going to fib this, and this is going to continue back to the upside. We're in an uptrend. I don't see that giving way. This did not take out this high, traders, and I would have liked to seen it take out this high here. And I cannot get my little box to come out here. There it goes. All right. I was really hoping we would have taken out this high here, and it did not take it out. I was hoping that this would have came back 2 days and would have kicked back up again, and then would have given us our dollar strength, but it didn't work out that way. Now we're seeing, if you take a look at our MACD with standard settings at 12, 26, and 9, with the two moving averages inside the MACD, we saw the crossover late last week, and now we're seeing that it's absolutely sideways. And the histogram bar is lower than the previous bar, so that tells me that there's a good chance that this just might continue to the downside. Let's go to the 4-hour chart and notice the channel I put in. I put a couple lines in earlier today, traders, just to save time so we can do more analysis than putting in trend lines and fibs. So we're going to try to cut that back a little bit so we can get some more meat in the presentation. Okay, so here we can see it's in this channel on the daily, so we'll just keep that on there. We just want to look at the 4-hour chart. We just want to see that it is mimicking the daily chart, and it is. And it is. We can see that it's given us lower high, right? That's 1, 2, and today started as a lower high. Now we're getting an indecision here, but it's a new candle, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. Let's jump to the 1-hour chart. I want to get through a lot of charts today, traders. 1-hour chart gave us our move down earlier today in Asia, and now it went flat in our inactive zone. And our our Bollinger Bands are curling to the inside. Low volatility, which is expected at this time of the day. We do have the London Open coming up in an hour and a half. We have the London Open, so we'll just keep an eye on that. And we would expect volatility to start to pick up in the next hour. Let's go to our 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart. This doesn't look too bad. Now, the issue here is, how are we going to trade this? Well, I'm going on the presumption that we're going to continue our dollar strength. The pair averages 76 pips a day. That's down, by the way. If you remember 2 weeks ago, this pair was averaging like 80 and 84 pips a day. Now we're down to 76. Today's range has only moved 16 pips today, but we do have a high and we do have a low. So we have 2 to the right, 2 to the left, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. So let's stick the old Fibonacci on here and get an idea of what's going on. All right, there we go. This 382 is okay, but we have support here, and I'm not really interested in taking a trade with price that is only, wow, that is really bad. That's only 3 pips away from support, so I'm not real eager to take that. So this basically needs to come back up to the 618 at a minimum. At a minimum, this needs to come up here, traders. And I would stay with the dollar strength. So we're going to do that, and we will look to take our trade in this area. It's got to come up to the 618. Even the 50 is borderline. Even though we do have some resistance here, I really want to see the 618 get hit, and then we could take it down. And that's at 65.92. 65.95 is going to be an issue over here. You can see this right here. So we just want to watch for that. So that's our plan for today. Is we want to stay with dollar strength. We want to stay with the trend. We want this to pull back up, and then we could take it to the short side. And our target would be like the 66.78 area, and that's what I would look like for a target. So we're looking at about 30 pips in that trade. All right, let's move to the next pair. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. The euro dollar, I did stick some stuff on the chart before I came to the video, and like I said, that's just to move along quicker. So the euro dollar is still in dollar strength. It's still moving to the downside. It came out of our channel line here yesterday, and today it's also showing us a red candle. Let me see if I can bring that out a little bit bigger for you guys and girls. There we go. That's much better. So this has come down, and we're going to see how this works out here. This has really hit some levels where you would have thought that this would have bounced already, and it hasn't because of this dollar strength. And the dollar strength, remember folks, is due to ECB President Draghi's statements yesterday, and most likely it's going to move into today with IMF Chief Lagarde basically reiterating what Draghi had said. So here is a 4-hour. We're just seeing a confirmation of the daily. We have that. Let's go to the 1-hour chart. Let's make that bigger. Here's a 1-hour chart, and I'm looking for this to do the same. I want it to pull back up, as we talked about, and then we want to take it back to the downside. So we want to stay with the scenario of dollar strength. Same as the pound, same as euro. We want to stay in that same position there. Let's go to the 15-minute chart. Nothing changed here on the 15-minute chart. We're going to stay with that analysis. We want to see this pull back to this beige box. Look at this, 200 EMAs right here, and we want to take this to the downside. Okay, let's go to the Aussie dollar. Let's get to the daily chart. Let me make this bigger. And there we go, traders. So the Aussie dollar has been on a really nice move to the uptrend, and the last couple of days it's been up and down. Remember, this is a lot of pips here. These are daily candles, and of course it's fighting that 200 exponential moving average. So we'll see if this can take out the high over here, but with dollar strength I would look for this to continue to the downside. Look at your MACD. The MACD's histogram is getting smaller, coming to the zero line, and your moving averages are flat inside our MACD. And the MACD standings are 12, 26, and 9. They're the standard settings. All right, let's jump to the 4-hour. Again, sideways. We were expecting that. No change there. The 1-hour, sideways. We're going to see a lot of that today, traders. It's NFP Friday. This is nothing unusual, and we really have no catalyst to move the markets in London today. News in London is nil to none in London today, so we don't have a lot to get this market pumping. So it's a good chance we might not get anything, and some days we just don't get trades, and it's a good chance today will be one of those days where we do not see any trades. So just prepare yourself for that, and be careful. Let's move down to the 15-minute. The 15-minute moved a little bit. I don't have enough here, though, because I don't have 2 to the right. I do have 2 to the left, so I don't have a sustained low. This can come down and knock this out. So I don't have 2 to the right, 2 to the left, so I cannot do a Fibonacci on there. So we're not going to do it. We can't do it here because this low took out this blue candle. Therefore, we have nothing on that one either. Alrighty. Traders, I'd like to thank you so much for joining me for the Market Open Preview, brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, have a safe trading day, and I will be putting on a market update Later in the trading day after NFP, we will bring you a market update after NFP, non-farm payrolls coming out in the New York session. And we'll talk to you later. Thanks again, traders. Bye-bye.